This is Daily Armenia, ＳիվիլNeթ's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. There are encouraging signs in Armenia-Azerbaijan normalization talks despite continuing public tensions between the two countries. The European Union's special representative for the South Caucasus Magdalena Grono said in an interview with state news agency Armen Press, published today. During her recent visits to both capitals, Grono said she found private diplomatic discussions to be notably more positive than public statements. In our exchanges in Baku, I heard encouraging statements regarding peace and stability in the region. These were often different from public statements, in particular on the normalization process between the two countries, Grono explained. She specifically highlighted the progress made during last month's meeting of the Armenian and Azerbaijani border commissions, where they agreed to proceed with delimitation works. This development comes despite recent public threats made by Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev against Armenia. Addressing concerns about Azerbaijan's discontent with the EU mission in Armenia, Grono firmly rejected Baku's allegations of espionage, adding that the mission remains exclusively civilian and unarmed. The EU will remain supportive of the bilateral talks between Yerevan and Baku, with a focus on connectivity and humanitarian issues, particularly demining efforts and addressing the issue of missing persons, she concluded. The European Union's monitoring mission was deployed to the Armenia-Azerbaijan border in February 2023, several months after Baku launched an invasion of Armenia's eastern regions. While Brussels suggested that Baku should also host observers on its side of the border, the offer was rejected, and since then various Azerbaijani senior officials, including President Aliyev, have threatened the mission with force. Aliyev has said the mission's continued presence in Armenia is a deal-breaker for the normalization talks. Former Armenian Deputy Prime Minister Vache Gabrielyan has called for tempered expectations regarding the recently signed US-Armenia Strategic Partnership Charter. From an economic perspective, I don't anticipate any significant changes for the document at this point, Gabrielyan stated. He assessed that opportunities for cooperation in the energy sector remained limited, noting that Armenia cannot secure energy resources at prices lower than what it currently receives from Russia. Gabrielyan suggested that while the long-term construction of small-scale modular nuclear power plants using American or Western technologies might be possible in Armenia, this technology is still in the testing phase, even in the United States. He also pointed out that the nuclear fuel supply question remains unresolved, as even the US itself imports uranium from Russia. Regarding trade relations with the United States, Gabrielyan highlighted several obstacles. He questioned which Armenian products could competitively enter the American market. Given Armenia's membership in the Eurasian Economic Union, he considers it unlikely that Armenia would receive significantly different privileges for U.S. market access compared to the other EAEU members. The document is about intentions to work more closely in these directions. It simply means there are serious intentions to discuss issues and address them periodically, Gabrielyan explained. He believes the agreement will likely emphasize security cooperation more than economic partnership. While economic cooperation development isn't ruled out, immediate economic benefits are not anticipated. Read our new article about the United States' abrupt temporary freezing of almost all its foreign aid, including that to Armenia. Many media outlets and NGOs engaged in media development and educational programs in Armenia are funded by the US, so the sudden halt has already had a devastating impact on them and may imperil their ability to continue operating. We spoke with the heads of some of these programs to see how they're responding to this sudden loss, and the big blow this is inflicting on Armenian independent media. While the halt is said to be for 90 days, over the weekend, President Donald Trump's chief reviewer of government spending, Elon Musk, said that work is underway to completely shut down U.S. aid, the government body responsible for administrating foreign aid. This leaves the future of U.S. foreign assistance totally uncertain globally. Find the link to our article in this video's description. And finally, the SivilNet number of the day is 4. That's because Armenia's national futsal team beat Albania at home on Saturday by a score of 4-0. The victory put Armenia on top of its qualifying group with 7 points, meaning it has a good chance of reaching the final stage of the Futsal European Championship for the first time in its history, to be held next year in Latvia and Lithuania. Armenia will play against Albania again on Wednesday, this time away, followed by matches against Denmark and Kazakhstan to close out the qualifying. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.